You know that feeling. You walk into a room. You have great ideas. You have the credentials. But when you speak, your words just float away. They hit an invisible wall. Maybe you're naturally quiet. You don't like shouting over people. You prefer listening. Yet, when the conversation starts, you become a ghost. Your input is ignored. Your presence is dismissed. Then someone louder, less prepared, says the exact same thing you just said, and suddenly, the whole room agrees. It feels like a massive injustice. Like you're carrying a heavy shield that nobody can see, and that shield is blocking your voice. You try to compensate. You try to speak louder. You try to use aggressive body language. It feels fake. It feels exhausting. And worst of all, it never actually works. You don't need to transform into an extrovert. You don't need to learn a dozen power poses. You need to understand the hidden operating system of respect. Why do we fail at commanding respect? Because we treat it like a volume issue. We think respect is earned by what we say. It's not. Respect is an evolutionary signal. The real invisible enemy here is the flinch response. Think about it. In a high-stakes moment, when someone challenges you or cuts you off, what is your first automatic reaction? It's a micro-flinch, a tiny, almost imperceptible withdrawal. Your shoulders tense, your eyes dart, your voice pitch goes up slightly. This flinch response is hardwired. It's a relic of our ancient brain telling us to submit to perceived dominance. And here is the crucial, painful truth. The flinch response is louder than any words you could ever say. People don't read your intention, they read your reaction. When you immediately defend your position, apologize for taking up time, or rush your sentence before you get interrupted again, you are sending a clear, non-verbal message. My space is negotiable. My time is cheap. This is why trying harder actually makes it worse. Your overcompensation is just a more aggressive version of the flinch. You're attacking the symptoms, the lack of attention, but ignoring the cause, the psychological anchor you drop every time you instantly react. You've been trying to fix the house with a bucket of paint when the foundation is cracked. We need to stabilize the foundation. The solution is not volume. It is the anchor pause. The anchor pause is a deliberate, silent moment you create after an interruption, a challenge, or before delivering your most important point. It's not just a breath. It is a psychological reset switch. Respect is not given to those who speak first. It is given to those who control the timeline. When someone cuts you off, their goal is to seize control of the conversational timeline. They want a fast, immediate reaction. Your instinct is to race them back to the finish line, which only signals panic. The anchor pause works by completely defying that expectation. When you refuse to immediately race, you psychologically force the other party and everyone watching to wait for you. This silence acts like a heavy, mental anchor dropped into the conversation. It pulls all the frantic energy down. It communicates, non-verbally, I heard you. I am processing this. My response is deliberate, not reactive. Psychologically, deliberate slowness is a signal of power. Only those who feel safe and secure can afford to move slowly. The anchor pause is your shield and your sword. It allows you to stabilize your own emotional core, and it forces the entire room to shift their focus onto your impending statement. And the best part? It uses your quiet nature as an advantage. Deliberate silence from a quiet person is 1,000 times more impactful than silence from a loud one. To integrate the anchor pause into your daily life, you need a precise protocol. Not general advice, but 3 steps you can execute the moment the pressure is on. Step 1. The 3-count breath. Internal reset. The next time you are interrupted, or you sense a challenge is coming, do not speak. Do not even look angry. Instead, internally count 1, 2, 3. This is your personal fire break. This 3-second delay is not for the other person. It is for your own nervous system. It stops the flinch response before it can launch. Your mind will try to rush you. Resist. Use those 3 counts to take one single, slow, silent inhale and exhale. Step 2. The soft focus look, external redirect. During that 3-count breath, your eyes are crucial. Do not stare down the person who cut you off. This looks aggressive and reactive. Instead, shift your gaze to a neutral point. A calendar on the wall, a glass of water, a point just above their heads. This is the soft focus look. It demonstrates you are not consumed by their challenge. You are not trapped in the microdrama they created. This movement is the nonverbal cue that signals, I am taking the space I need. When you return your gaze to them, it will be intentional, not panicked. Step 3. The stinger statement. Verbal recapture. After your internal reset and external redirect, you must recapture the conversational floor. Your first words should not be a defense of your initial statement. They should be a simple, deliberate phrase that reestablishes your control. Use a stinger statement like, "That's an interesting point." Now, to finish my thought, before we move on, I want to clarify one thing. I appreciate the input. Let's circle back to the central issue. The stinger statement acknowledges the interruption without conceding power, then immediately uses the word I, or a commanding verb, to place the spotlight back on your agenda. The key is the smooth, unhurried delivery that follows the anchor pause. It doesn't matter what your volume is. It matters that your entire demeanor, the stillness, the pause, the deliberate speech tells everyone, I am the one holding the remote control for this conversation. The loud people are just noise. The quiet people who use the anchor pause are the bedrock. Stop trying to be louder. Start being more deliberate. Because instant respect is not found in the speed of your reaction, but in the power of your pause. If you're tired of your great ideas floating away, apply this protocol: the 3-count breath, soft focus look, and stinger statement, starting with your next conversation. Are you ready to stop flinching and start anchoring? Like this video if you've ever had someone steal your idea right after you said it. Comment below and share your favorite stinger statement. What phrase will you use to recapture the floor? Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the psychology of influence and communication.